first Shakespeare play in 400 years. Fantastic. So I'm going to get out of your way. You're not coming along to see me. You're coming along to see Ben. So Ben Cardall.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, so lovely to be here. Thank you very much for having me. My name is Ben, and I call myself the Deductionist. What does that mean? Well, first and foremost, it means I can make up words to make my job sound cooler. Secondly, it means that I will use and exploit the differences in reading people and certain memory methods, and a little bit of chicanery on the way to give the impression that I can know what you're thinking ahead of time. With that in mind, I propose a little game around observation, first of all. And if I might use you for the first, you can stay in your seat, don't worry about it. There's no one, I can see the fierce grip around that glass of wine. It's a very simple, open-ended question. How much do you think I paid for my jacket?
Not a lot.
Just this lady here. How much do you think I paid? Yes, please. Oh, okay. I'm going to note it down.
Okay, £200.
Oh, it's a lot of my career. Thank you very much. Is that £200 and any pence afterwards, or 200 exactly? 199. 199 pounds exactly. Okay, may I ask your name?
Tracy.
Tracy. That's Tracy's guess. I don't want to get them mixed up. Okay, next. Gentleman now. How much do you think I paid for my jacket? And I will give you a little more of a clue. Okay? Right said Fred said it best, I believe. No? Okay, never mind. Carry on. How much do you think I paid?
£25.
Ouch. Ouch. Oh, I didn't realise you could see the Primark label. I'm so sorry. £25. Any pence as well, or 25 exactly?
25 straight.
25 straight. And you named it?
Paul.
Paul. Amazing.
Me.
Your turn. Yeah, you go.
Oh, okay.
You got the jacket yourself, so I feel like...
£9.99 from Sainsbury's.
No accounting for taste. And your name?
Antonia. Antonia.
I appreciate the help. I realise I said I am from Stoke, but we do all spell, correctly. Okay, so they do say that my profession is the most honest profession in the world, because I come up here and I basically tell you that I'm going to lie to you. So I did. This is actually nothing about the jacket per se. I was asked by the corporation to suss out for criminal activity within the room, and we do have somebody that's more favourable, surprisingly, not you. But Tracy, you were actually closest on the guess, okay? So just for the end, I wonder if you wouldn't mind holding on to this. It's very important, so don't lose it, okay? But a very important question for you. How do you get those off? I didn't actually pay for the jacket, you know. I thought you were best to probably pick up on that. But it is curious, and I shan't step past the camera. I will actually show the camera. That if you look right ahead, it does actually read £199 exactly. So well done you, well done Tracy, ladies and gentlemen. Applaud the criminal activity in the room. Amazing. So yeah, basically I've married my love of Sherlock Holmes and my obsession for reading people. So my daytimes I spend doing this, my night times I spend working with various behavioural science teams around the world, which is great because I get to apply real world tactics of this and then do the entertaining side as well. It just involves a little less waterboarding, okay? So with that in mind, I figured since we are all humans here, inclined towards stories and storytelling of a nature, I would be remiss if I didn't at least use some, not all, as Steve rightly pointed out, 56 short stories and 4 novels. We'd have a book like this, it'd take forever. So this is a collection of 7, I believe. Excuse me, 5 of them. Yeah, do we have anybody who believes they don't have a good memory? Could I use you, sir? Absolutely. Please, give this gentleman a round of applause. Okay. And I encourage people to step out of that because it's just a story that you tell yourself. Okay, it's like when you go into your home and you put your keys down. A couple of moments later, you're doing whatever. You need your keys. Where are they? You've told yourself that story that you don't remember where they are, so now they're invisible. They could be under your nose and you still wouldn't see them. So basically, what I did here, and I will show. I know you're not Johnny 5. You don't read that fast, but just so you know, it's not the same word written on every page. Okay. Just, yeah, it's a book, you know. So I believe I'm at the point now where I could probably tell you every word on every page, which some would consider a useless feat. I consider it time well spent in my memory palace to seeing how easy it is to navigate around them. So we're going to test that theory. Okay, so you take this, we're going to stand back to back, cheek to cheek. Almost, okay, and I want you to just turn to a page. Anyone you want, okay? Okay. Shout out the page number for me.
127.
127. Any particular reason you went for that page?
Random, to be honest.
Random, to be honest. Okay, so look at the top word on that page.
Yep.
And just concentrate on it. Do any particularly good images come up for me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So just concentrate on that. It should be along the lines of something like faster, but the others, and then it keeps going on there.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Isn't that amazing, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, wow. Let's do another one. Let's do a completely different page number. Completely different.
All right. 42.
42. Okay. This will just take me a few seconds to find in my memory palace. 42, you say? Definitely not 31.
Definitely 42.
Definitely 42, okay. 42 should be along the lines of, it is true, and yet, well, I wish she had been of my own station.
Yep.
Yes! Yeah! This didn't happen at all in rehearsals. I mean, for the first time. If nothing more, you know, heaven forbid you might offend many people, but if you're not a Sherlock Holmes fan, you can't argue with the fact that he does give us many poignant and insightful quotes. One of them being, I never could resist the touch of the dramatic. And so I show you this. My book that I was using to follow along with you, it doesn't have any words. Thank you very much for your time. So, I thought, with stories very much being the flavour of the evening, I thought we might create one now that we can tell. It's based along many archetypal mystery, murder mystery, crime novels, not necessarily strictly Sherlock Holmes, but I've sort of modernized the ideas of them, okay? So instead of rooms like the drawing room or weapons like a revolver or a candlestick, we've got various places in the world that, you know, Wikipedia says are particularly popular tourist destinations. And we have a list of weapons. There are some weapons in here that go as deep and as harsh as napalm and a flamethrower, particularly exciting for you, I think. So I'm going to use you two guys at the front. Again, you don't have to get up. You can just stay exactly where you are. But one of you choose the places, one of you choose the weapons. Who wants what?
Places.
Weapons.
Weapons. Said with gusto. Weapons! Okay, we'll come back to that in a second, right? I'll show you, but just so you can see, there's a list of different ones.
Yeah.
If there's anything in brackets, that's something, again, that Wikipedia says is a popular park, like a tourist park. So you got Rome with the Colosseum. You got Africa, Mumbai. Hello, Mumbai. That wasn't a joke. There's Cape Town, Bangkok, loads of different ones, okay? Now, rather than have you choose maybe a favorite place or somewhere you've been before, I want you to choose it at random. Because even though this is something that exists in your head, you have thoughts and feelings about it, they would leak out, you know? If you're happy, you do this. If you're sad, you do this. If you're bored, you do what she's doing, okay? So basically, all I'm going to do is this, just jam your finger into the book wherever you like. Perfect, just follow your finger in so we get the right page. Just remember it, don't say it out loud. Got it? Perfect. Now already the smile tells me that it's a very good one, okay? Particularly suiting for this. And gentlemen, here I'll show you your list. We've got things like sledgehammers, a broken bottle, knuckle dusters,
Yes.
a sword, napalm. It was there. A nuclear bomb, arguably a bit obsessive, but why not? Okay, a broken bottle again, handgun, water torture tank. I had to put it in there. Loads of different ones, samurai swords. So same thing, sir. Just jam your finger into the book for me any way you want. There, perfect. Do you want to change your mind, do it again?
I'll do that.
Oh, perfect. Just remember this for me, don't say it. Perfect. Okay, now again, building up the story, very important for the end. Okay, said that quite dramatically, almost like the end of EastEnders. Right, so now, I'm going to try this with a particularly brave member of the audience. And my inspiration for this, and if I seem nervous, it's because I am. My particular inspiration for this is part the Six Napoleons, and or Six Thatchers, if you come into it with the BBC Sherlock. Part putting my money where my mouth is. For the elder members of the audience, are we all familiar with the film The Deer Hunter? Okay, that's good. Actually buying into the fact that I can read minds. Okay, it's good. We'll all think it's amazing. So yeah, I'm going to try this game. So who do we believe? And I'd love to use you, but health and safety means I can't do that. Okay. Who's our bravest member of the audience? I can't. Please, come on down. Give a round of applause. So you will note that we have an array of staple guns. Okay, these are the type that you would use for putting up fences, laying down carpets, giving to the children of Glasgow. This type of thing. Okay, so yeah, you pick up these two. I'll pick up these two, and we're just going to step out, right? Face your audience. And we're just going to point them at whoever you like the least. Okay. On the count of three, we're going to fly. 1, 2, 3. They're empty. They're empty for now. Okay. So, back there. You can breathe a sweet sigh of relief. Okay. Do me a favour. Check those out. Be careful because you've not got protective gloves, but they're staples, right? They're not like they don't fold up secretively. They're metal staples. Okay. Now, we're going to swap places. And you're going to mix them up, but there's a specific way that I want you to mix them. 2 at a time. You mix them as much and as often as you want, but we're basically just going to go 2 at a time and swap. You can swap any 2, or just so long as that's an equity play. Okay? So some of the things that's going into this, right? We know that if we train our senses, we can tell what side of a room a person's on. We can tell what side of a table to pick something off of, okay? I know how much pressure this is putting her under by the reaction on her face. I can hear how often they are being switched, so I can get to within 3 or 4 different options of coming away from this unscathed, okay? This has gone wrong a couple of times. Sorry. But let's not focus on that. Let's not focus on that, okay? But now, I would hope you know, but there may be at least 1 or 2 beady-eyed members of the audience and people at home that know where the loaded one is, yeah? So I'm going to mix them up now, okay? Come this way. I don't want to see where... get a real job, they said. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. That'll do. Now here's the job for you, right? Starting to sweat now. I want you to think of a number between 1 and 4. Now at this point in time, do you know where the loaded gun is?
Yeah.
You do? Yeah. Look away. About now?
No.
Fabulous. Okay. Now you can still concentrate on that same number, or you can choose a different one. Do you want to change your mind?
No.
I didn't think you would. Go and pick up the gun that's on that number. Give it to me. See that? She gave the gun and stand back. Okay. See, this is the idea with deduction, right? You can only get to infer based on a certain elements. If we were inducing, it'd be so much better.
Oh.
See, now I'm concerned she's maybe slipped a blade of glass in or something. Okay, here we go. I should point out, don't try this at home, okay? At the very least, don't try it until all the voices tell you to. Empty! Yes! Okay, that's one down. Okay, cool. And if you couldn't hear that, she sighed. Right. Let's do this again. Go and pick up a number. Wait. Change your mind. Yeah. Now that one went pretty well. I'm always quite confident doing the side of the head. So I'm going bald now, so I have no hair to ruin. Yeah, more giggling. This is quite unnerving. Come to sorry they said it'd be fine, is it? Okay. Right. So we're down to the last two. 1 and number 3. 1 and 3. Okay. I think I know where it is. Now the only question is, can I get him to pick it up? So think of a number. Any one you want. Completely free choice. Whichever one you want. Okay. It's like psychological bullying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, but yes or no, have you got a number in mind?
Yeah.
And do you feel that this was completely unaffected by anything I've said or done?
Well, it probably is effective, but.
But do you feel that way?
Yeah.
Perfect. Just turn around for me. Yeah, okay. Go and pick up the gun that's on that number and hold it in your strongest hand, because you're going to fire. So now, if I end up getting injured, I think you'll all agree it's very much her fault. Okay, so hold it up. Right, I'm going to give you the nod. Okay? For my own sanity, please do not do anything until I nod. Okay? Come closer so these guys can get a better view. It's terrifying.
Oh.
People get these pierced all the time. Oh. Empty! Yes! Now, this raises a very important question. Okay, and if I see my little hand up, that's my adrenaline just kicking over. Okay, maybe they're all empty. Maybe he did something. So we left number 1. And I always use these. Pretty much agree that's staple on there. Cup your hands. Cup your hands. Are they still real?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Could have been a doctor. Chose to do this for a living. Ah, okay. Onward. So that's what deduction can do for you in high pressure scenarios. Let's see how it faces with more information, the kind of thing that we're used to seeing, viewing, listening to. So let's try this. Could I use you for this? Is that okay?
Yeah.
But would you mind bringing your chair out so the good people at home can see you as well? Is that all right? Perfect. Give this lady a warm round of applause. Smile, face your audience. What's your name? Roz. Everybody. Roz. Everybody. I feel we're all well acquainted now. So basically, I'm going to have you think of somebody you knew when you were younger. Somebody I could just possibly intimate through overhearing a conversation that you've had, or I don't know, people you've come with. Yeah, but anyone, just the first name. Okay, and then I want to do this as well. See everybody trying not to look me in the eyes. Don't look me in the eyes. We can use you two. You don't have to get up. You just have to write things down. Okay. May I use you as the third? I need 3. The power of 3. Let it be. Let it be. Okay. So all I need you to do for me is just fill this in with as much detail as you possibly can. Okay. And then if I give you this, and give you this, now I'll give you this as well, sir. Now, I put my pen down. Excuse me. I want you to do is to just make sure you write these things down nice and clearly, because we may have to show the camera, we may have to show everybody else, and they're only little cards. Okay? So you're just going to write down the name of a famous person. Okay? Somebody that will arguably be to Roz mean nothing. Okay? But make sure you write it down clearly. Okay? And after you've done, you get an envelope to put it in. You get an envelope to put yours in. And then you get an envelope to put yours in. So. Okay. Roz, how are we getting on? Can I turn around?
Okay, yeah.
Keep this kind of close to your chest. And I'll take the pen back. Let it dry, and I have to purchase another one. Now, if I can take that back from you face down. Okay, perfect. And we'll pop it into this top envelope here. Okay, now. And then all I want you to do, if you feel comfortable enough, lick the seal and seal it. If not, just fold it inside so nobody can get at it. All right? How are we getting on over here, guys? She's still on the first one, marvelous. Let's get another pen. Ah, magic. Sorry, they've just got a wonderful view of my crotch. It wasn't that kind of television. But there we go. That's just the way I was putting it out. It baffles me that you give people like a pen and a piece of card, and immediately they just don't know what to do. Come down this way. You take this. Fabulous. You keeping them all together? Yeah. Done. Marvelous. Keeping them all together. Oh, look at this. Pristine. See, these things tell us ideas. Okay. It's a very simple clue, but it tells us things. Right? Okay. Now, all I want you to do is to mix them up. Hold it up to the light, see if you can see anything.
Yep.
Okay. Now, okay, so let's try this. I have to get in tune with whatever's going on, right? So mix them up and hand me one. So statistically speaking then, if we're playing the odds, in terms of a cluster of tells when it looks to body language behavior, the more ideas we have pointing towards one thing, the more inclined it's going to appear to be, right? So statistically speaking, this is not your card, right? So I'm going to go off your decisions throughout though. Do you believe this is yours or do you believe it's one of those? Yeah, is that what you wrote down? Perfect. So let's try this then. Think about what you do for a living, okay? Now, when we go out of an evening, arguably, there'll be no tells that will tell you things like that. This is not your day-to-day thing that you do, right? Unless you've come straight from work. I mean, you could not have a job at this stage. I don't really know. But yes or no, do you have a job? Did you have a job? Is there something if somebody asks you what you do for a living, you would have something to say. Perfect. I'll go with that, right?
Have a job.
You have a job.
Hello.
I'm not insinuating anything, right? I mean, you know, I'm not going to take your benefits off you. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke. Right. Okay, so knowledgeable, comfortable under pressure, comfortable with being on TV. So this is going to be fairly people-orientated, large numbers of people per se. And I would argue that given, you know, the evening, it's going to be something informative based. Don't give me any more clues than that, but am I at least on the right lines? Okay. Are you a teacher?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah?
I am.
Yes, okay, perfect. Hey, yes, lead the charge. Didn't quite cap on, it was like nice box. Okay, very well done. Okay. Perfect. So, the name you would have written down, somebody that you knew, arguably, can you tell me, is this a long friendship, somebody you could go out and say hello to now, if they were here, or is this been a long time since you've seen them? That's the only time I will ask you a direct question as well, by the way.
I'm not confused by this.
Okay, so the name you've written down, yeah, don't tell me what it is, but the name you've written down,
I have three things to write down.
yeah, the name you've written
Name,
down, the name you've written down, right? Look at the panic now. The name you've written down, is this somebody that you can go out and talk to on the street now, or is this somebody you've not seen for many years?
Not seen.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so there'll be a very strong memory there, so I'll come to that at the end. Mix them up. Hand me this one. Anyone? Is this the one with your writing on? What, definitive, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so I don't have a pocket there. So I'll put that there. So I can get rid of these two. Is that what you wrote down?
No.
Classic. Oh, this one's sealed. Oh. You know what? That's not important. Let's play with this being yours, okay? So concentrate on that shot. And let's imagine, hypothetically, in this scenario, you were going to rob it. Okay? You're going to unleash your dastardly evil genius. Okay? You don't quite feel evil genius like at this stage. I get that. That's fine.
I can see that.
Okay, so all I want you to do is you walk into the shop, right? And you look up at the produce, right? You look up high, you look up so it's not too high. Okay, so that takes out things like clothes stores because this could have high clothes on the wall. So, but this would be standard high street stuff. Nothing like we would have to go to another country for, you know, a particular element sold in a particular country. It's like a high street shop. That's what I'm thinking at this stage. Okay. But I'm noticing the reticence in the lip licking and the tension in the bottom jaw. So that probably tells me that what I've said doesn't really ring true. Slight nod, amazing. So maybe a shop that doesn't exist anymore. Good, we're getting somewhere, the slight exhale. I'll ask you another direct question. When it did exist, how frequently did you go there? Okay, Woolworths. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. And finally then, this name, right? This name. Not seen him for many years, right? Good, she nodded. I let out the word him. Did you hear that? Right, so we know it's a guy. So do me a favour. Just think something positive. It doesn't matter, like stop there, yes, it's this one, anything positive when I say the first letter of his name, okay? I'm gonna go through the alphabet, so A, B, C, and so on. If I get to the letter, like say, I don't know, say it was Z, it's not. But like say it was Z, when we get to that letter and I said it, you think, yeah, it's that one, it's positive, anything. Doesn't matter what it is so long as it's positive, okay? Here we go. So we got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T. That's a very obvious nod. I appreciate that. I mean, you know, it takes the effort out of it somewhat, but let's see. So we know it's an S, okay? So just say the name in your head. Say the name. So you were getting Roz, but like with whatever the name was, okay? You do that for me. Perfect. Okay, so there's some movement there. So that means it won't be a one-syllable word. It'll be a two or more syllable word, right? So here we go. This is going to be something like Sam, Samuel, Simon. Yeah? Perfect. Thank you very much for your time, Roz. Give a round of applause, guys. Now, to round up, we had a story that we were going to tell together, other than the ones that we've seen, because I love stories. They enthrall, they make us laugh, they make us cry, they make us excited. You know, the more stories I get in my life, the better. It makes me feel a little bit more credible about myself. You know, that's why I've got so many tattoos. I just wear my emotional damage. It's true. No need to openly laugh at me. It's fine. So we have a story that you, the envelope, it said it was a story idea. Yeah, and you've had that throughout. So all I want you to do, there should be 3 pieces of paper in there. Okay, could you open it up? And I want you to hand me the one that says weapon on. Again, just so we don't go out of camera shot as well. They're a pain to open, those envelopes, aren't they? There should be 3. The one that says weapon on. Drama, can you feel the drama? Weapon, marvellous. Thank you. And it was you, sir, that had the weapon. Marvellous. Is it a particular evocative choice?
Good choice.
It was a good choice. What did you go for?
I went for machete.
Machete!
Yeah.
Yes! Okay, next thing, the location, the place, whatever word I wrote down. Thank you. And your smile was very telling. I've been thinking about this the whole time. I'm very excited. Because these are places that are, all of them, that are attached with a great number of feeling, even if it's somewhere like the middle of the desert, you know, to imagine yourself there, it's quite strenuous. But you gave a particularly, it's like an excited smile. Yeah, nod confirms it. Where is this story set?
The Orient Express.
The Orient Express. Finally, we had a criminal, which I'll take this just so we can go. And if you feel comfortable enough, you can join me, but it's not necessary. Yeah, come on. Give her a round of applause, guys. You can be the eyes and the ears of everybody, because this will contain a lot of words. And you're basically just going to confirm that I'm reading what's here and I'm not making it up. Okay. So I think we all know that our criminal from the start was Tracy, right? So the criminal will be a lady. Perfect, check, that's model 1. Age between 30 to 35, always impolite to ask a lady her age, so I'm not going to do that. She will correctly guess the jacket price, which you did. And she will, do you wear glasses? You do wear glasses, they're in your bag, perfect. So wearing glasses, brown woolly jumper, yeah, black trousers,
Yeah.
grey shoes. Perfect, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Guys, that's everything from me. Thank you so much for your attention this evening. I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you very much for coming to this incredible event.